Humanity's Rage. Unleashed after Galaxy Council massacres. Millions HFY Sci-Fi story. In the heart of the void where stars whispered secrets to the endless black, Ambassador Kira Novak strode the luminous halls of the Stellar Concord hub, her boots echoing like a heartbeat against the iridescent alloy floors. Orbiting the sapphire jewel of Epsilon Eridani, the hub pulsed with the lives of 1,000 worlds, crystalline spires for the Ilari, mist-shrouded warrens for the Krell hives, electromagnetic webs for the Flux entities. Kira had championed Earth's fragile alliance here for 7 cycles, her voice a bridge between humanity's raw grit and the galaxy's polished disdain. But today the air hummed with unspoken venom. Ambassador. A sharp hiss cut through the hum, pulling her from a nod to a cluster of Ilari envoys, their facets glinting like fractured hope. Dr. Elias Grant, her unflappable xenogeneticist, barreled toward her, sweat beading on his brow like mercury droplets. His eyes, usually cool as cryo-steel, burned with feral urgency. "Elias, you look like you've seen the abyss stare back," Kira said, forcing a wry smile that didn't reach her eyes. He seized her elbow, voice a gravelly whisper. "Not seen it, unearthed it. Come to my sanctum now." The bioarchives they begged from us, lies upon lies. Reluctance warred with instinct as she glanced at her chrono. The Purity Edict vote loomed, a draconian decree to purge volatile strains from the stars. Earth's diplomats had railed against it for weeks. But Elias's grip tightened, iron in his plea. "This isn't protocol, Kira, it's annihilation." The lab was a storm of hollow screens and vial racks, air thick with the tang of synthetic ozone. Elias slammed a neural link into the console, projections blooming like blood flowers, dossiers labeled Homo sapiens, warfare viability assessment. "They fed us tales of joint cures," he growled, swiping through layers of deceit. "Cross-species therapies, they claimed. But this? Battle simulations, aggression matrices, pack predators with unchecked adaptability, recommend isolation or excision." Kira's stomach twisted, a void-sick coil. "Excision? We've bled for them. Plague vaccines that saved their empires. Terra crops feeding barren moons. We've mediated their blood feuds, built outposts on 15 frontiers. New Avalon alone sustains a quadrant with our harvests." Elias's laugh was a shattered blade. "And they repay us with chains. Security's tripled around human decks. Subtle, but I'm no fool. Comms to Sol? Maintenance glitches. I tried beaming Lena last night, my anchor on the homeworld. Bounced like a ghost signal." The hub's serenity cracked then. A low thrum vibrating the bulkheads. Kira's comm flared. "Priority from Commander Lena Voss, ESS Harvester. Unmarked armada inbound on New Avalon. Concord sigils but no manifest. Standing to." Elias paled. "The edict. It's us. They're carving us out." Kira's mind ignited, synapses firing like tracer rounds. New Avalon. Verdant cradle of 2.5 million souls. Families tilling emerald fields under twin suns. Kids chasing glowbugs in hydrodomes. We scream this to Sol. Override the jams. Alarms wailed. A siren's dirge, shredding the calm. "All Terran personnel. Quarantine lockdown. Report for processing." Through the viewports, phalanxes of Concord enforcers marched, armored behemoths, plasma lances humming death songs. "Last shot, Elias," Kira breathed, her voice steel-wrapped silk. "Burst to Sol. The mask slips. They fear our fire. Ignite the forge. Let them taste the storm." His fingers danced a frantic ballet on the keys as armored gauntlets battered the hatch. The message lanced out, a defiant spark into the dark. Then the world exploded inward. Blinding lights barked commands in fractured galactic. Kira raised empty hands, but her soul roared. "You mistook our grace for frailty. Now witness the fury of the forged." Aboard the ESS Harvester, Commander Lena Voss gripped her command rail, the mining rig's bridge a hive of flickering readouts. Below, New Avalon's azure seas kissed emerald shores. cities twinkling like fallen constellations. "Ensign Rao, paint those ghosts," she snapped, her voice a whip crack over the tension-thick air. Multiple signatures, Concord heavies, Elari monoliths, Krell bio dreadnoughts, flux carriers, battle cord informing, ma'am. No hail. Lena's jaw set like lunar rock. "Hail them anyway, this is our sky." The main hollow screen ignited with high prism Vexar, his crystalline form a frigid aurora. "Commander Voss," he intoned, shards chiming like breaking ice. "Evacuate this vector. Avalon sector, conquered reclamation." Reclamation? Lena's retort was venom-laced honey. "New Avalon's ours by charter, Earth's breadbasket for your starving hives. What's the play, Vexar? Pest control?" His facets dimmed to obsidian. "Your breed's volatility endangers harmony, withdrawal or oblivion." Link severed. "Shields up, Rao, scream to Sol, betrayal inbound, armada at gates, arm the hammer." But the void answered with fire. Lances of annihilation speared down, erasing metropolises and thermic blooms. New Avalon Prime vaporized, arcologies, academies, nurseries, gone to plasma ghosts. Escape pods bloomed like desperate fireflies, only to shatter under Hunter missiles. "They're culling the pods," Rao choked, tears carving tracks on his console. A survivor feed pierced the jam. "This is Dr. Mira Hale, Avalon MedCorps. Wounded aboard, infants, elders, mercy, we yield." A Krell barb tore the craft asunder. Lena's fist bled white-knuckled. "Record it all. Let the stars bear witness to their slaughter." Green miasma bloomed planetary, withering flora to bone dust. A faint ping from subsurface. Director Kai Ren, Deep Shaft 9, 300 bunkered. "They crave our yield genes, refused, so they reap. Warn Sol, this is purge, not peace. They dread our dawn." Static swallowed him. Vexar reappeared, smug as shattered glass. "Behold the cost of chaos, Voss. Your savagery dooms you." "Savagery?" Lena's eyes blazed supernova. "You butchered dreamers. Mistake number 1, survivors. Number 2, underestimating the pack's bite." She killed the feed, turning to her shell-shocked crew. Miners forged in stone, now tempered in blood. "Data burst to Sol. Through the relays if we must." The Concord woke the beast, now it hungers. Beneath the armored crust of Sol's cradle, in the worn-echoing vaults of the Terran Nexus, Premier Arya Lang paced the obsidian war table, her silhouette ablade against the crimson glow of tactical holos. Around her, the system's titans convened, generals etched by void scars, spy masters cloaked in shadows, forge lords with hands stained in alloy blood. Silence gripped the chamber like a noose, broken only by the ceaseless loop on the central orb. New Avalon's death throes, cities to cinders, pods to plasma, screams silenced in the stellar wind. 2.5 million, Arya murmured, her words a dirge that carved the air. Erased in a heartbeat's malice, not war, extermination. General Harlan Reyes, a grizzled comet at 80 cycles, leaned forward, his augmetic eye whirring like a predator's purr. "Premier, the chorus demands reckoning, but against their armadas, our hulls haul grain, not grape shot." Arya's lips curled, a serpent smile uncoiling. "Grain? Oh, Harlan, you've played the fool's part too long." She triggered the Nexus core, and Sol's veil tore asunder. Crimson flares erupted across the stellar cartograph, phantom yards in the belt's bowels, lunar forges veiled as observatories, Saturnine rings birthing behemoths from ice wombs. Dr. Soren Vale, colonial overseer, gaped like a rift world. By the voids, concealed arsenals, the Eridani Accord forbade illusions, Arya cut in. Her voice thunder-veiled silk. "We inked peace with one hand, forged fangs with the other, 50 cycles of feint, miners masking mechs, agridomes hiding drone swarms, the Concord's watchers, blind mice in our maze." Reyes's grin split his crag face. Vanguard yards belt alpha, birthing 12 Titan-class juggernauts, plasma lances that rend reality singularity drivers to swallow fleets. Shadow-class phantoms, 49 wraiths, cloaks weaving starlight, fang missiles that kiss shields goodbye, and my fury's oath, my throne of retribution clad in wrath steel to humble star gods. Vale stammered, resources, the drain, every asteroid gutted, every Martian forge ablaze, interjected Liaison Nova Kane, her intel veins pulsing data streams. We sowed peace plows, reaped war blades, their spies saw shepherds. We were wolves in wool, awaiting the red moon. Arya turned to the viewport. Earth's azure marble a fragile pearl in the black, unwitting billions stirred below, oblivious to the pyre. They deemed us chaff, tillers and healers too meek for the reaping. Today, they reap the whirlwind. Her gaze hardened to diamond. Harlan unleashed the Shadow Fleet. Rally every ghost in conquered voids. Broadcast to the spiral, you craved our cull, now taste the hunter's hymn. The Sol system ignited like a supernova's prelude. Belt forges yawned metallic maws, vomiting hulls sleek as obsidian sharks. Martian hives thrummed, spitting munitions in forge fury, outermost sentinels, masquerades as stellar labs, unveiled moon crackers, their barrels yawning at the abyss. Aboard the U.S. Fury's Oath, Reyes claimed his bridge throne, the deck alive with a symphony of souls drilled in secrecy's forge. Comms, all specters, hail the oath. Channels live, Admiral, his echoer barked. Reyes's visage, broadcast fleet-wide, was basalt carved by tempests, kin of the void. The conquered bared fangs at our hearth. They scorched our seed, silenced our song. They branded us lambs. Pause. As more phantoms coalesced, titans prowling, wraiths dancing shadows, lambs thrive neath the wolf's whim. They slew the litter. Now we hunt. A thunder roar echoed. For Avalon? For the pack? But Saul's wrath bloomed beyond iron. In Concord's underbelly, human chameleons shed skins. On the hub, Janitor Thorn Hale shorted the ward nets with a smuggled pulse tool, 7 cycles payload unleashed in sparks of sabotage. Bioscribe Dr. Lyra Voss seeded viral thorns in the core mind, choking data veins for Solons. Trade vagabonds peddling Terran trinkets, funneled blades and whispers to dissident swarms. The galaxy's grandest web of deceit, spun from smiles. Near Avalon's corpse, Commander Lena Voss, her harvester, a battered thorn in the belt, caught Saul's cipher pulse. The pack awakens. Bide the blade's kiss. Her crew, rock hewers turned rage kindled, met her gaze, eyes molten. No more delving, Lena vowed, voice a pyre's crackle. We're the storm's edge. Let the reapers bleed. High Prism Vexar, ensconced in his prism vault, skimmed reports of Terran stirrings, freight spikes, power fluxes. His chime laugh tinkled. The chaff builds arcs from ashes. How quaintly futile. He slumbered in ignorance, blind to the colossus stirring, humanity, long leashed, now unchained and ravenous. Without prelude, the stars wept plasma as 12 human specters materialized in the Kepler 442 void, their hulls unraveling sensor veils like mist before dawn. High Warden Thalor of the Ilari Vanguard Fleet choked on his command chime, Holo's blooming crimson alerts. Intruders? Impossible. Our nets span light leagues. But impossibility was humanity's creed. Quantum fangs lanced out, singularity warheads devouring dreadnoughts in implosive howls. 16 minutes of orchestrated apocalypse. Ilari bastions crumbled to debris veils. Escape craft spared only if Concord marked. The wraiths vanished, leaving a lone clarion for Avalon's ghosts. One debt paid, 2,490,009 souls remain. Aboard the UAS Shade's Bite, Commander Lena Voss, reborn in Saul's clandestine forges, commanded from her obsidian prow. The miner's rig transmuted to a shadow hunter. Her bridge thrummed with vengeance-tempered kin, eyes like forge coals. Tacticon, paint the prey. Lieutenant Jax reporting. Ilari Prowler, Glyph AK-319, confirmed, scorched Avalon's flanks. The alien craft gleamed, facets refracting nebulae into mocking rainbows. Once, Lena might have marveled. Now it was Butcher's steel. Civvies in the drift? Negative, Commander, Solo Reaper. Her nod was glacial. We spare the innocent. They did not. The bite slithered close. A void wraith mocking Ilaria rays. Humanity's edge, chaos incarnate tactics, a whirlwind where foes marched grids. Unleash when the gods wink. Torpedoes bloomed silent death, shredding facets to stellar dust. Crew vented to the black crystalline whales silenced. A micro-drone detached, keening the dirge. AK-319 claimed, vengeance for Avalon, 2,490,800 remaining. Admiral Harlan Reyes, enthroned in the Fury's Oath's nerve core, orchestrated Maelstrom via Operation Lamb's Reckoning. Hollows danced. Crimson hives for Concord strongholds, azure fangs for human talons. Vanguard tally. Sigma Lance vaporized Ross 154 Depot. His strat officer intoned. Taupak carves Wolf 128. Omicron ghosts breach internment at Gliza 581. Reyes's crag smile deepened. The mosaic forms, no grand clashes, their rigidity crumbles under our scatter storm. A ping pierced. From Captain Mira Kane, U.S. Nemesis, clearance for Krell Broodlord at Procyon. Reyes's aug eye gleamed. Kane's bloodline lay in Avalon's ash. Her grudge against the hives was legend. Greenlight Mira, rend without remnant. Captain Mira Kane eyed the Krell Leviathan through her viewport, a pulsating berg of chitin and venom, spawn swarms orbiting like plague moths. The Broodlord that puppeteered the pod hunt, her weapons mate growled. Infant slayers. Mira's voice was Winter's edge, payload primed, neurophage cluster. The Nemesis exhaled a lone dart. Innocuous amid the behemoth's bulk, yet laced with bespoke ruin. A synaptic scourge to unweave the hive mind. It burrowed, and the Leviathan spasmed, bio-lances flailing wild. Broodlings turned feral, rending parent flesh in synaptic frenzy. The Colossus imploded, a bio-galaxy suicide. For the silenced screams, Mira whispered as the drone wailed. Broodlord devoured. Avalon's toll, 2,480,500 avenged. Yet the crusade transcended slaughter. Phantoms liberated Concord cages galaxy-wide. Ambassador Kira Novak, chained in the hub's crystal tombs, tasted freedom when Saboteur Reese Thorne breached the wards, his pulse blades singing through guards. Dr. Elias Grant, once Concord's bio-oracle, now alchemized poisons from alien anatomies, scalpel strikes for the guilty. In Reyes's sanctum, Grant's hologram flickered. Psi-fractures blooming, Admiral. Their commands fracture, our whimsy defies their code. Zephyr clans bay for Genesis bombs on Sol. Reyes's laugh boomed. Void deep. Let the prisms shatter on our bulwarks. We've warded the cradle since first contact. Then, the clarion. High prism Vexar's visage, facets fevered. Admiral Reyes, this barbarism ends. Your raids scar neutral spheres. Reyes's retort was a slow venom. Barbarism, you glassed cradles, harried the helpless, we cull the colors. Vexar's chime cracked. Your breed's tempests threaten equilibrium. Tempests? Reyes leaned close, eyes abyssal. We chose the calm. You shattered it, spilling our blood. Behold the gale's father. Apex kin who donned fleece till you flayed the flock. Feed severed. Vexar's court dimmed in dread fractals. The Concord anticipated a bleat, met a blitz of ingenuity and ire, tactics bending physics, mercy for the meek, oblivion for the butchers. Reyes broadcast fleet veins, eclipse ignites, storm their sanctums, reveal the praise peril. Human blades arced toward core worlds, the slumbering titan rampant, thirsting for the vein. The Nexus veil rent asunder, humanity's armada birthing from warp rifts like vengeful deities, encircling the Concord's jewel throne, Nexus Prime, a trillion-souled bastion of spires and spheres girded by shields that mocked supernovae and batteries to eclipse armadas. 3,000 Concord war sons arrayed in crystalline phalanxes, 29 breeds fury against Saul's lean fury, fewer hulls, but laden with half a century's seething forge. Admiral Harlan Reyes, Colossus astride the Fury's Oath's bridge, surveyed the maelstrom, his crew a chorus of tempered steel. All talons report us, full fangs bared, sir, his herald affirmed. Voice to the vortex, all bands, all worlds. Reyes's timbre, relayed spiral wide, was doom's own anvil. This is Admiral Harlan Reyes, Saul's spear. We claim Nexus for Avalon Shades. Yield the butchers of 2.5 million innocents or taste the pyre. High Prism Vexar's retort lanced back, his form a fractured storm. Reyes, retreat or damn the spiral. Assault on Prime is cosmic treason. You birthed this blaze, Reyes snarled, cold as cryo-death. By genociding our kin, now reap the radiance. Severed. To his wolves. Engage pure. War steel only. Yielders spared. We end tyrants, not the tapestry. The fray erupted in symphony of savagery. Human droves warped manifold, evading Auspec's nets, light cycles hence. Commander Lena Voss's shades bite, pierce the outer corona, fangs kissing shield nodes. Sever the sinews, down in 4 heartbeats. Her pack struck coral. Platforms perished in phased fury. Generators blooming novas that scarred the black. Conquered doctrine drowned in disarray, rigid lattices versus humanity's fluid frenzy, quantum webs linking strikes light years apart, a singular beast's claw. Reyes watched the carapace crack, grim exult. Eclipse. Colossi charge. Titan-class behemoths lumbered forth, abyss guns bellowing reality rifts. Conquered lines buckled ere they locked sights. Vexar, prism throne quaking, beheld his legions unravel humans, a paradox of discord and destiny. Unleash the void lances, flagship null. Apocalypse beams. Hull renders beyond metric, converged on the oath. Should have atomized to quanta. Instead they kissed a warp veil, scattering to harmless auroras. Reyes's taunt boomed channels. Child sparkles. Our younglings craft fiercer in void cribs. Discord rippled alien decks. Ultimate arsenal foiled by Enigma tech. Captain Mira Kane's nemesis carved the nexus, her lance zeroing the Krell overmind. Avalon's edict vessel. The puppeteer, she breathed, loathing lava hot. Pod hunter, laughter amid the whale. Genesis, dart live, her firekin urged. A cipher seed lanced the flesh mountain. Synaptic venom unspooling the gestalt. The titan thrashed. Spawn turning traitorous, bioblades vivisecting the brood. For the little ghosts you glutted on. Mira hissed as the dirge droned. Overmind unmade. Avalon's ledger 2,300,000 balanced. Yet, the true talon pierced planetary. Reyes's vanguard breached the corona, descending on Prime's heart. A metropolis of prism towers and grav plates, where Concord archons schemed. They're priming the star scourge, Tacticon warned. Despair bomb Nova the nest if we breach. Reyes's roar. Borders away. The oath and kin plummeted, thunder kissing soil, Marines in exo-rage storming boulevards. Commander Lena Voss led the breach on the Edict Vault, her squad a gale through panic's corridors. Aliens yielded in droves, awed by human harness, blasters bending fields, blades singing through auras. Vexar! Lena's bellow echoed the sanctum as she breached the core. Marines fanning lethal. The prism fumbled at Scourge console. Facets fever fractured. Halt, crystal coward! You blind whelps, Vexar chimed, desperate dissonance. Triumph here and you'll crown yourselves scourges. The spiral craves our yoke. The spiral craves equity. Lena countered, reticle unyielding. You forged chains from our charity. Yield or join the ash. One final chime lunge. Lena's shot was Mercy's thunder. Vexar shattered to glitter rain, council crumbling in capitulation. The scourge silenced. Eclipse waned. Conquered legions sundered, hierarchs chained for the pyre's judgment, Nexus reborn as equities forge under humanity's wary wing. Secretary General Kira Novak fronted the Remembrance monolith in the reforged Agora, etched with Avalon's 2.5 million litanies, souls that kindled the blaze. They sought our excision, deeming us doom's seed, she proclaimed to the spiral's envoys. Facets and flesh mingled, truth in terror. We are peril's blade, but solely to the shadow throng that preys on light. She pivoted to the throng, former foes, sidelined kin, covert allies. The pack endures, guard the hearth, or feel the fang. The stars, once indifferent, now echoed with tempered awe, humanity. The veiled vortex, unchained and unbowed.